Let's do some word talk. I'm going to write this word down. If you want to take a minute to get you a piece of paper, or you can get your iPad, there's some drawing apps on your iPad that you can use to write with if you would like to do that. I'll give you a minute to do it, although it's kind of hard to watch me and do your iPad at the same time. So if you have a different iPad, you can use it, or if you have a piece of paper, you can get your crayons and paper and do this. Write this word down. Okay. Good. We got it written, I'm sure. If you don't, you can pause me and you can write and then get caught up to me when you're ready. This is the first word we're going to do some word talk with today. I'm going to tell you everything I know about this word, but before I do, I want you to look at it and think. And I'm going to count to 5 in my head, and I'm going to give you that time to think about anything you know about this word. Go. Okay. I know in this word that C says K. I know A says A, and I know N says N. I'm going to sound out my word, and we're going to see if we can figure out what it is. If you know, don't blurt it out. A, N. And we're going to blend it all together, and we're going to hang out on that A. Here we go. K, an. Can. What's our word? Right, it's can. In America, we say can, but if you're in England, they say can. Can. The word is can. Let's erase that one. Let's do another one. Here's my next one. I'm going to make him with a pretty marker. This is our next word. Again, if you know it, don't say it. I'll give you a minute to write it down. I'm writing it down. You can write it down. You can pause me if you need to get caught up. Just hit the pause button and I'll stop talking for a little bit while you get it written. And then just hit play and I'll start up again. But I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to give you about 5 seconds to look at it and think of anything you know in this word. Go. Good job. Now, before I tell you what I know about this word, there is a reason I'm having you write these down. I'm having you write these down because later you will actually be doing something called coding on them, where you make marks on the word to help you remember everything that you need to know about this word. But for this week, we're just going to practice writing it down and talking about it. So bear with me. Here we go. The S I know says S. That's one sound. The A I know says ah. That's another sound. The D I know says D. So we're going to put them together. S, A, D. Blend them. Hang out on that A. Here we go. S, add. What's your word? Right, it was sad. All right, one more, and then we're going to have our spelling challenge. Here we go. Last word. I'll write it down. You write it down. M-A-T. You can pause me if you need to, but I'm going to move on. Look at this word. Think about everything you know about this word. Go. Okay. I know in this word that M says A says ah, and T says t. Now we're going to blend them together starting on our M. Here we go. At. What's our word? You're right. It was mat. Okay. Now I'm going to give you a challenge. Are you ready? I want you to write this first word down. Here you go. You write it on your paper. I'll write it on mine, and we'll see if we match. Your word is Sam. Echo it. Sam. Unblend it. S. A. Sam. Now you write it down. I'm going to give you just a few seconds. You can pause me if you need to. Go. All right, Sam. I heard 3 sounds in Sam. This is what I heard. I heard a S, I heard a ah, and I heard a S, ah, So the first sound I hear was S. S. The second one I heard was A. Ah. And the third one I heard, my marker's too fat. I'm going to make you giggle. Last one I heard was S. Ah. Sam. I have one problem with this word, though. I made an uh-oh. Do you know what my uh-oh is? My word was a name. It was the name Sam. When you have a name, it always, always, always starts with a capital letter because a name is a special word. It's the name of a person, and each of us are special, so I need to make sure I start my names with a big capital letter. So S is capital. When you write your name, the first letter should be capital, and all the rest should be little letters, and we're going to work on that some too. Okay, last one. Your word is cast. Echo, cast, unblend, cast. Write it down. Pause me and write it down. Cast. Now I'm going to write cast. Again, if you haven't finished yet, pause my video and you write cast. Then you can watch the video to see if you got it right. Here we go. Cast. I heard 4 sounds in cast. I heard k, cast. The first sound that I heard was a k, k. I know there's 2 letters that say k. Whoops, that's too big. There's either C or there's K. So, just because I've read a lot and I've written a lot, I just have to know that this word starts with a C. So, that's something you learn with time. K, I know S, A, and I know S is S, and I know T is T. Cast. All right, I hope you guys did awesome on your spelling challenge, and that's it for today.